What's going on, everybody? It's Ron Brown, LMT, the People's Fitness Professional, and this is a New Yorker's perspective. We got K Born in the building with us tonight to talk about politics and should we vote? Should we vote or not? I just want to say before we go into this live, that I just did a podcast with the brother Cool Joe in regards to correcting Black History Month, and man, it's fire, man. I'm gonna put this oh, Arnell Bay is in the room. Peace, brother. Um, so that we just did a fire episode of correcting the Black History Month. I'm gonna post that post probably Tuesday. Nah, I'm gonna post that post probably what's tomorrow? Tuesday. I'm gonna post that Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I'm gonna post Tuesday, Wednesday night, something like that. Uh, man, you got to see this episode. This episode right here got me fired up. Anyway, let's go into it. Lord K. Born, tonight we're talking about politics. Should we vote or not? That's the question.
That's the big question.
Okay, so some people, I put a poll on the community of the YouTube, and it says that I put the poll up. Let me see. It says should we vote or not? The poll reads, let me check it. The poll said, okay, so does voting matter? We are going live on this topic 8 p.m. Eastern. Don't miss this. Okay. 44% says voting is important. 56% says no. That's a huge percentage of the people who feel that voting isn't important. And so we want to know why does voting matter?
See, those are the people that's been misinformed, because a lot of people think that when they get down and you start talking about politics, that politics is actually, you got to be this guy with a suit on and you talking about things that's actually involving war and all these other things. But in all reality, everything that we do is dealing with politics, all the way from the healthy foods and things that go in the supermarket in our community to the foods that go inside the school, if the kids gonna have free summer lunches or not, to how much somebody get on your SNAP card, to what new buildings is being brought into your community. All of that is politics. Everything that we deal with in life on your everyday thing is dealing with politics. How much the train costs, how much you gonna pay to get in public transportation. That's all politics, man. You know what I'm saying? How much the toll is gonna cost. Everything is politics, and that's how we got to start looking at it in the Black community. We got to start breaking it down and looking at everything that's happening. As long as that they got to vote and they got to get taxpayers' money and there's budgets to build it, that's a part of politics. And if the politicians work for you, then therefore you should be a part of the things that come up out of it. And with us having an attitude that we don't need to vote or that it don't sprinkle down to us, it may not sprinkle down to you as an individual, but it do sprinkle down to your community. And the people that do vote, the communities that if you could look it up now, I want everybody to look it up. Do your own research. Research it, and you will see the areas that they got high percentage of voters. Those are the best areas in your community. Those are the best areas in that state. You know what I'm saying? Those are the best areas in that town because they are actually voting. They going down there where the people at that's dealing with the money. They dealing with the people that got the power. They actually right there, and the people see them. So they gotta pay attention to them sooner or later. They gotta hear their cries out because they always there. They're not hearing our cries out. I always say that when you go in the Black community, if it's a pothole in the ground and I go through there and smash up and break my axle, I don't call the politician. I don't call the people to fix it. I call you. I call my friends. Hey, yo, man, watch that pothole on 183rd. You know what I'm saying? It's a big pothole down on North Street, man. When you go through there, but none of us is calling the actual people that need to fix it. These are called politics. That's all a part of politics. When you see the new building on your block and you've been living over there for 30 years, 20 years paying rent, then all of a sudden it's a new building and it's a whole bunch of new people in there and you feel like you got shorthanded. You got shorthanded because you didn't know the politics of what was going on. Because if you was part of what was going on politically, you would have been going down to the politician's office and you'd have seen them applications for that new building. You would have knew when they came, if you'd have been a part of the community board, you would have knew when they came to vote, could they have the permission to build that new building? You know, we got to get a part of the we got to get a part, man. They just had they snuck one in on us in the Bronx. The Assemblywoman Latoya Jonah, she retired. She do the 161st Street area, High Bridge area, and River Park Towers area. She retired. Last week, they had the election on the 14th. Who knew about it? So they sliding things in our community, and they put whoever they want to put there. We had a black brother from Ogden Avenue area, High Bridge, named Norman Subi. He, you know, we try to get him in, but you got to look at the thing. We don't vote. So we don't vote. How could we get him in to make change? So now they brought somebody that's not from our community, and that person right now is the assembly person. That person has no connection to the community. You got River Park Towers over there. You got High Bridge over there. So you're talking about you got to have a lot of our youth that's over there. This man is from that community. He know these youth. He know their family. He know better than the first thing that they want to do is lock them up. At least he knowing their family. He trying to build programs. He's a community man. You know, we got to come out and support the people that support us, the people that's helping our kids stay alive, that's helping put these tournaments together all summer long, that's out there helping Mother's Day events and things like that. These are the people that we need to be voting into our community to be the leaders of our community because they're actually leading our community anyway. We got to get out and vote. Like I was saying, in that private election, that special election they had last week, the first week, 59 people voted. It's 1 million plus people in the Bronx. Only 59 people voted. The next week, 110 people voted.
Well, what I want to ask you is, but how many people knew? Is it highly publicized?
See, now, when you go to but like that wasn't highly publicized because they were trying to sneak them in. So we came out the Bronx Conservative Party, and we was helping them out and knocking on doors and giving out flyers and things like that. Because you got to figure, you know, he's a activist. So now he, you know, getting into the politics and things like that to try to help his community more. Because the people that's got to see the politicians is not doing nothing for our community. You know, and a lot of parts of it that they're not doing nothing out for our community is that we don't vote. We got to get out and vote. We got to let them know that we count, we matter.
Well, I want to interject that right now. The reason I want to interject is because I think there's a disconnect between, you know, disseminating information to the people and how, right, in these days and times, going and knocking on people's doors and you know giving them information and making them aware of what's coming up in politics is a good idea. Sure, that's one way to market, right? But the fact of the matter is that most people are online right now.
Yeah, you know, we did online promotion too, but you know, you got to figure when they coming in and they already got their person that they want to put in, and that's what when you come to the Bronx, you know, our politicians is predominantly Latin. So when it come down to they want to put one of their Latin brothers in, they all with them. So you got the senator, you got the congressman, you got council members, you got other assembly members, and it's like you fighting against all of them. Whereas, you know, technically speaking, that's not how it's supposed to go. They're not supposed to be out partitioning and campaigning on taxpayers' dollars, but they do it in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? They do it all the time.
Right.
So,
well, I'm assuming you're speaking specifically to our people, Asiatics or so-called black people, right? So-called black people.
Yes.
So our people, right? I would say we're outnumbered when it comes to the Bronx for sure, right?
Yeah.
Because the majority of the people in the Bronx, I would say, would be Latin and people from different countries and things of that nature.
We
So
dominate a lot of things, but we dominate in the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? We need to start making things matter in our community. You
right.
know,
So this is what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to how, right? So we know that this has to happen, but the what's the solution to it? So I'm trying to get to the solution. The fact is that we're outnumbered in the Bronx, right? Is a small we're the minority in the Bronx as far as like so-called African Americans, right? So we're the minority. If we're the minority, the only way for us to be heard is that we all have to, not all of us, but a good majority of us have to participate in politics. And how is that possible when we're not even educated on politics and we don't even think that voting is relevant? So my question to you is, how do we get people in these days and times with the internet and things of that nature, how do we get them interested in voting? Because as you look at the poll said it was 56% of people who voted on this community thing on this YouTube. They said that voting, it doesn't matter. So our people, you could traditionally, especially my era,
but to answer that right now,
brothers my age and younger, you know, they don't even see a purpose in voting. If you ask any, you know what I mean? Like, I see the purpose in voting, but I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't voted in a while, in a long time. And the reason why is because I don't want to vote, and I don't have education on on the candidates and how is that going to benefit my community. You understand? But learning, just listening to you speak and being around people like Musa and people like that from, in the Parkchester area, I'm becoming a bit more aware, and I'm getting a more better understanding of voting, and how I should vote and things of that nature. Now, I think our problem is voting is political education. Our problem is
it's
political
deeper than
education
that.
because
If we got before you can get politically educated, you need to get educated. Because if you're not educated at all, how could you get politically educated? First of all, our people need to look at the situation and look at the circumstances that we're in. Look at us. Look in the mirror. Look at the average black person that you see. That should be enough for you to want to get a part, to be a part of making a change, or be a part of the system that actually got to do something with actually making things happen. We sitting back and everybody talking about, oh, yo, nah, we don't need to be a part of this. We don't need to be a part of that. We getting nothing. They done brought, like they said, the Jewish people came off. They got $183 million. Even the migrants that came here now, they put $53 million aside for them. When the Asian people was getting attacked during COVID, they made something happen. We don't got nothing. All we get to do is vote for some more Democrats another November. And that's what we keep doing. The definition of insanity is to keep repeating the same thing over and over and looking for a different outcome. We've been doing the same thing for close to 100 years, and we've been getting the same outcome for close to 100 years. Our people are some of the smartest people. We're some of the most athletic people. We got a whole bunch of things going for. We masters of creating. We created almost everything that's out. But we not taking a part and taking accountability for standing up and representing and say, here I am. And I'm here for my people. And I'm here standing up for my people. And this is what we need. If nobody is there saying what we need, how the hell do they know what we need? Because we all taking a back seat saying, oh, well, I ain't going to vote. I ain't going to vote. I ain't going to vote. So how are we going to make a change?
If well, just like you said, just to interject for a second, just like you said, we've been voting Democratic for so many years, and nothing's been done. So that's the whole point. That's why people don't know what to vote, how to vote, what's going to be the most effective way to vote. You get what I'm saying?
See, if they promote and want the people to only think, oh, you only got to go, you got to be a Democrat or you got to be Republican, and everybody jump into that. Just like if you jump to that, you only think it's only two sneakers out, Adidas and Pumas, or Adidas and Nikes. It's 1,000 brands of sneakers out. You know what I'm saying? But if you go to the average person, all you see in the commercial is Adidas and Nikes. But it's a million different sneakers out. You don't got to be no Democrat. You don't got to be a Republican. I'm a Bronx conservative. I'm conservative party. And before I was conservative party, I was Green Party. Then you got the People Party. Then, you got a whole bunch of different parties that you could go in. They never won because nobody put the push into them for them to win. Or everybody keep on thinking about is Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. Oh, I don't like the Democrats. I don't like Republican. All right, so vote for somebody else that's Green Party. Vote for somebody that's in the Conservative Party. Vote for somebody that's in the People's Party.
Well, from what I understand,
there's other people you can vote for. You don't got to, we get into we got to vote for the top two.
Okay, let me say this real quick. Understood. Now, let me say this. From what I understand, from what I know, you can't vote locally if you don't pick a party between Republican and Democrat.
That's a lie. Who told you that?
I think if I can remember, a politician told me that.
That politician lied. Just like people who say that you can't or you can't vote because you got locked up before. You can vote if you've been locked up before, or you on parole right now. If you're not on parole right now, you can vote. If you got a criminal case right now and you're going back and forth to court, you can vote because you have not been convicted of a crime. If you sitting on Rikers Island and you going back and forth to court and you've been going to court for 5 years and you ain't been convicted, you can vote.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and that's what they want our people to have no idea that. They don't let our people know that. And when they was all saying that they want the people to vote in Rikers Island and all that, you can vote, man. You're not a convicted criminal. You still going to trial. You may beat that case.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They don't inform our people of these things, man. So it's a lot of votes that don't come in because you was misinformed. Or you just didn't know, period, because people wasn't saying that. You got so many people, I'm on parole, man. Or I got locked up 20 years ago. I'm a felon. I can't vote. Why not? It's felons. Think real good. The mayor of Washington, D.C. back in the days was Marion Barry.
Yeah.
Marion Barry got arrested for possession of crack cocaine and selling crack. They sentenced him. He went to federal prison. He came back out and became the mayor again. So if he can come back out from doing a federal conviction, and he can come back out and be the mayor again, why?
I didn't even think of it like that, though. I didn't even think about that, man.
You feel me, God? Why you can't vote? This man he is a convicted felon.
Right.
He came right back out, and the people knew that he had a drug addiction problem, but he still was for the people. That didn't have nothing to do with his personal life. Even though he should have came and got help and asked the people, he never did nothing wrong to the people. And when he came back out, they voted for him again, and he was the mayor again. So, we got to stop. We got to start getting into these things. We got to start researching. And for us as being Black people, we dominant by nature. How could you walk around, you quick to get on the corner and say, yo, I'm running the block. I got this on lockdown. How could you have something locked down that you know nothing about? If you want to get it locked down for real, then you need to get into these politics, man.
Right.
So now that you can go there and you can be like, well, I need some funding because we need a community center on this block. Now you got the community center with your name on it. Now you got the block locked down for real, bro.
Right. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick before you continue. I just want to let everyone know. I don't know how this thing works. We're all new. We're new to this YouTube space. We're eligible for super chat, so you can ask a question. You could donate to the page if you want to through super chat. I'm just putting that out there. We're actually trying to raise money right now for our podcast equipment because we're going to start doing this live in the Bronx. Just like every other podcast is live, like Nori's show and all these other guys. We're gonna do StreamYard, and as well, we're gonna do one day live in the spot. You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to raise money for podcast equipment. So I just want super chat is available. I just want to let everybody know. Anyway, continue, brother.
Yeah, you know, we need our people to spread out. We need some people to get in. We need teachers. See, back in the days and nowadays is different. Back in the days when you walked into a room of people and you seen a bunch of black people, you like, yo, man, who the dance in here? Somebody jumped up and started doing the James Brown. You like, oh, somebody, yo, who know how to jump rope? Oh, Betty do. Who know how to run fast? We had to go to your house. Hey, yo, Ron, yo, come outside. We all knew who was good at what. You know what I'm saying? Yo, who know how to play basketball? Oh, yo, Ron do and Little Shorty Rock. They the best around here. We had no problem with saying who was the best at who what. You know what I'm saying? Who know how to break dance, man? Hey, yo, my man, we gonna get him. And that's what we did. Right. Nowadays, we have none of that. You go in a room full of the young kids. Yo, who know how to dance? I ain't no dancer. Who know how to sing? Who's a gangster? We got too many gangsters. We got too many tough guys. We don't need no more tough guys.
Yeah.
We don't need no more gangsters. We don't need no more gangstresses. We don't need no more tough girls. We are over flooded with it. You know what I'm saying? The gate for that is shut down. Now we need to go back. We need our bakers. We need our singers. We need our dancers. We need our producers. We done got so bad that rap started off as groups, right? You was a rapper who got down with the DJ. The DJ was the group because he was the dude that had the equipment. You ain't had nothing. You barely had a mic. You had to use his mic until he schooled you to go, and then you had to went and bought your own mic. Nowadays, it ain't even a DJ. Every rapper you go out is just a rapper. It ain't even a group. It's just one person. That's how much we done got down to being individuals and not as a whole, as a unit, as a group like we was before. And that gotta stop, man. You know, I mean, let's be for real. You go down to the music. We had the Temptations. We had the Jackson 5s. We had the Manhattans. You know, you had the Cold Crush Brothers. You had the OJs. You had the Furious Five. You had what's my boy's name? The Force MDs. These are all groups. Nowadays, you got Usher. You got Chris Brown. You got Jay-Z. You got Nas. You got 50 Cent. Yo Gotti. All these are individuals, man.
Yeah.
There's no more peace and family. There's no more us.
No unity. Yeah.
They done dragged it from the community to music. If they could, it'd be a one-man basketball team. The Knicks, just one dude running up and down the court. You know, we don't need no more center. We don't need no more power forward. I'm gonna do the whole thing myself.
Right.
And that's what they try to do, man. And that's what we gotta stop. We gotta stay as a unit. We gotta stay as a group. And even when we do come as a group in a unit, if we weak, they take our best guy and let us fall apart.
Indeed. I just want to say peace to the chat. Thanks for joining us in the chat, man. Just to let y'all know, man, in the chat, you know, our numbers is looking all right, you know what I mean, on YouTube. But yo, we are completely new to this. Man, we've been doing this maybe 6 months, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 6-7 months. And we're new to the chat. So I'm gonna be talking to the chat, you know what I mean? Because I know that's the etiquette, you know what I mean, online. You know what I'm saying? So peace to the chat, peace to the chat. We see y'all, we recognize y'all. Today is about politics, and the brother's talking about unity, man. I didn't think of it like that. You know, like we got one rapper, one singer. What happened to the bands? What happened to the bands? So it's basically like you saying, it's like more individualistic right now.
Yeah, I mean, we all watch them do it. We watched them do it. We watched them do it. We watched them come out. They like the Jackson 5 was there. They took Mike. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Temptations was there. They took David Ruffin.
Right.
The New Edition came. They took Ralph Tresvant. Once you take out the main person, the rest of the joint is like, you know what I'm saying? It's going to crumble 9 out of 10 times because you took out the, you know, we started as a group. We here as a group. We're a team. We only strong as our weakest link. They pop somebody out, the chain fall apart. You know, we had the other Drew Hill. They took out Cisco. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it go on and on and on and on and on. We all watched the battle rap thing when they had Dipset battled
Jada
the Locks.
The Locks, yeah.
Now y'all remember that, right?
Yeah.
Check out what happened right in front of our eyes. When they battled them, they battled because they promised that they was gonna go on a world tour together.
Right.
They said, y'all battle, we're gonna put you on a world tour, right?
Yeah.
I told my son 27 now, but you know, that was like 2 years ago. I told him, I said, yo, God, I said, this is set up. I said, watch what they do. He said, well, I said, man, they ain't taking them brothers on tour. I said, they got them near the front, but the only thing watch what they do. I said, they're gonna take Jadakiss, they're gonna take Cameron, and that's it. And that's just what happened. When it was over, after they finished and that, they went on tour. They took Cameron, Jadakiss, and Fabulous. They ain't bring the rest of them brothers. Jules Santana and all of them. You know, if Cam wanted them to like do certain shows with them, but that package was for Cameron, Jadakiss, and Fabulous.
Yeah, well, we don't know the inner workings of what happened with that, but I definitely get what you're saying though. Like,
yeah, you know?
it's more of an individualistic kind of society right now, and that's why we're losing. You know what I'm saying? What's the African proverb that's always said that they say move alone, you get there. I forgot how it goes, but move together as a unit, you'll get there faster, something like that. I forgot how it goes, but we already know 2 heads is better than 1.
Yeah, man. You know, and we need to start doing this too. We need to start, you know, we know good people. We know good community leaders. We know people that we trust, and we, you know.
Hold on. A brother said it. It takes a village to raise a nation. It takes a village to raise a nation.
That's right.
Exactly.
And also take a village to raise one kid.
Right.
You raise one proper kid to take a whole village, because I'm not going to be cross town to see my kid.
Right.
I'm not going to be in the school. I'm not going to be here. So we all got to keep an eye on each other. We all got to start building as a team, as a unit again, man. We got to bring that village back. That village got to come back. We got to stop being individuals, because, you know, like they say, oh, I was born by myself. I'm going to die by myself. That's a lie. Because when you die, they're going to come and get you. They're going to try to do this. They're going to do that. You're going to get an autopsy. You know, so many things that we just hear people say, and you think that you got to stand by it and live up to it. We need to get out of it, man.
Right. Hey, brother, that's what the brother Canaan. Every time I see Canaan Land more now, I'm my eyes are wide open now after that last one. Yeah, he said, if you want to go alone, he said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
That's right.
That's the African proverb that I was.
Yeah, man.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you know, we got to allow people, like I said, you know, we know people in our community that's good people. We've been following all our life. Yeah, man, that's my man, a good dude. He did this, that. Why we don't support them to be the politician in our community? You know, a lot of them don't know about it. So one of us got to get educated and go to them like, yo, man, you should run for assembly around here.
But my thing is, like, how do we bridge the gap? But see, the problem is political education.
We got to start taking it. We got to realize that everything is political. Once we wake up and realize that, everything is political.
But people are not just going to wake up, though, brother. People are not going to just wake up. So we have to actively do something. We have to.
Yeah, we got to start doing things like this. We got to have podcasters like this. We got to start inviting politicians on the podcast and let them personally speak to the people. Let them tell them certain things. You know, certain politicians that's good. You know, not all of them is out to tear down the community or to blood suck the community, you know, and things like that. We got to start getting some knowledge, man. We need to send some people. Everybody on this line right here need to either try to get in the community board yourself or send somebody to the community board from your community. If you know somebody that's good, you be like, yo, man, I think you would be a perfect candidate to go to be a part of the community board, so you can bring this knowledge back to us to let us know what's happening in our community. We all sit in our community. We have no knowledge of what stores is going to open up.
Yeah.
We have no knowledge of which stores is going to close. You don't have no knowledge of what buildings is being built. You don't even know if your building that you live in, they're going to close it down.
Somebody just said, I think I'm getting old, so I need glasses, y'all. But someone just said we have to start educating something the importance of the Constitution. They was talking about this, the importance of the Constitution. That is extremely important. Of course, we need to have discussions around, around that. Also, um, just like you said, podcasts like this, right? So this would be one podcast that has an open door for any politician that wants to come up and talk, or anyone with political education to come up here and talk about, politics. I think we get that word politics alone, makes people back up a little bit.
Yeah, they start thinking presidential. They start thinking on such a large scale
Yeah.
and not thinking about, yo, man, I'm tired of paying $2.90 to get on the train. It ain't worth it. That's politics. Well, I don't like that food that they feed my kid in school. My kid don't eat no pork. They should have no pork. They should have a diet for the kids in school where it ain't no pork. That's politics, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So
We
when,
need to
when,
stop
when you say
time.
that's politics, I mean, how does that work? I mean, how does
Because the budget that come from that food is going to come from the politicians. The politicians going to get a school the budget. So we need to get in their ear, even if you got to go to Albany and lobby. You know what I'm saying? We got to get in their ear. They the ones that's making these decisions. They the ones that's giving your school need a band.
Mhm.
The politicians is not, is going to put some money towards that band too. So we need to get in their ears. These are the people that's in control of our community, if we like it or not. And if we in our community and we need changes, we need to be a part of that. I'm tired of waking up and going outside and it's a whole bunch of fast food restaurant chicken spots. It's like 5 chicken spots in our community. It's 3 liquor stores. How many liquor stores you need? It's a liquor store on this corner, a liquor store on this corner. It's a liquor whole warehouse down the block. How many liquor stores we need? It's 20 hookah shops if you walk down from one part of Fordham Road to the other part. And that's all from the community board is allowing these people in. So if you want a community board and when you get a chance to vote, yo, do you need a Chinese restaurant right here? No. I
See what
don't.
I'm saying? Like the brother right here, Big Dog Philly. I think it says OG. I don't trust any politician. See, that's what
Okay,
I'm
so you
saying.
don't right now. All right, check this out. If you don't trust the politician, why don't you become the politician? Because the rules, see, this is the whole thing. The budget and all that is still going to go down regardless. Somebody is going to take that seat. So if you don't trust them, put somebody in there that you trust. Why would you even be in a community with somebody you don't trust? So that means that your job should be either you move up out that community or your job should be getting somebody to replace them that you trust.
All
And
right.
school
Now look,
teachers that you know.
look. The great thing about live is that we talk to the people talk to us.
Yes.
People talk to us. So look, first off, Louis L. I don't know what the first name says, because I think I need glasses. I'm saying that.
We can bear with you.
um they said first off, residents need to make their city monthly meetings.
See, that's the same thing as the community board. So, like in certain places, they may have town hall meetings, they may have monthly meetings, but in New York City, we call it the community board meeting. So, in every district got it, and like every district, they got their own community board in New York. So, and they do have the monthly meeting, and it's very important, like he said, like Louis L. said, it's very, very important for you to be a part of that, because these are the people that make the decisions with the new building coming in your community. But new building coming, don't you want to be a part of it? Don't you want to be moving in there and get the application? First off hand, you done lived here for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? You should reap some of the benefits that's there. And when they coming in with these chicken spots and all these things, you be there to be like, nah, we don't need that. Well, what you recommend? I recommend a health center, a healthy store come here. Now you get 4 or 5 people on that. That means that store ain't opening until it's something that's dealing with a healthy foods and something like that for the community. We got to be a part of the community, literally. We got to get our people. And I'm just like him. I don't trust politicians either. And that's why we got to be the politicians. Or we got to put somebody in that chair that we can trust, man.
Yeah.
You just can't say that, oh, I don't trust them, so I don't care who sit there. So we don't care who sit there. Those are the same people that's going to make the decisions in our community regardless. And you rather know somebody that's making a decision in your community than not know them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure. For sure.
You know,
So now that we have that understanding. I mean, being a part of the community board and making community meetings, I think Lewis L said monthly.
yeah, monthly. They got monthly, and bring that information back to the community. You
Now,
know,
how do
everybody.
you bring that information back to the community?
First of all, I mean, yo, we got to start doing like when I was young. In our building, we had the tenant patrol. So the tenant patrol was all the people that was in the building, and they'll stand out. You know, they took shifts on, to make sure they secured the building, and they did that, and it was, a more of a community thing. We got to start getting together and having our own, how they call it, social clubs and little things like that, so that we can know what we need in our community. If it's a stop sign that we need in the community, we all don't need to go, but we know we all go to our little meeting and we be like, yo, what's missing? What we need? Well, yo, man, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. All right, well, cool. Well, Ron gonna go down there with all the signatures.
Mhm.
He gonna set a date up and he gonna go bring that to the assemblyman, or he gonna go bring that to the councilwoman. But
Mhm.
somebody got to be in connection with them.
Yeah.
So that
Now, just to add on, Lewis L said the community must show up. That's a fact.
yeah.
The whole, and then the brother Big Dog Philly OG says the whole system is corrupt.
See, yeah, all
That
right.
is that's not everybody, but as I said, on the community, 56% of the people said there's no reason that voting doesn't matter.
Because they don't understand
And
politics.
hold on, brother. Hold on,
Yeah,
brother. The reason why people feel that way is because, as the brother said, the whole system is corrupt. Now, what do you say to that?
all right, check this out. See, a lot of people get into, like, say if I'm right here, right, and I'm gonna be the councilman, right, and I'm telling y'all, well, when I be the councilman, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build this for the community. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And this is really what I want to do. And I know the whole community is behind me. This is what they'll do, the system. In order for me to build this community center, I'm gonna have to get all the city council people to okay. So I'll bring that to the city council, right? They okay it. Now I have to bring that to Albany and get them to okay it. If I get to Albany and one of them don't okay it, I gotta come all the way back, rewrite this all the way again, bring it back to the city council. And sometimes they do this to people and they keep sending them back. So to my supporters and the people that voted for me, I look like a phony. Because they're like, yo, he told us as soon as he get in office, he was going to build this community center. He been in there for a year already. He ain't even built it. Not knowing that every time I get to Albany, they keep shutting me down and sending me back down. And being that most politicians ain't transparent enough to come out and say this and be like, yo, man, they holding me back, man, and making me look bad. I'm trying like hell to get this community center here. But every time I get it passed and I get to Albany, one person shut it down. So I got to come back and I got to start all over again, which is going to take about 6 months for me to get back to Albany. So they steps there to make you look like you failing, but you actually not. So what we got to do, man, we all got to come together. We got to get behind people, because you got to figure that if we don't get behind the system, if you think the system is corrupt, right, it's going to remain corrupt until you get somebody in there that ain't corrupt. Ain't going to be like, yo, I'm changing this.
Yeah.
And now that we got enough people in there that ain't corrupt, the corruption is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Them people got to be replaced. That's the same way I feel. I feel that especially when you come to Bronx politicians, they got to go. But we got to replace them, because if we don't replace them and we don't get other people in there, it's going to remain the same thing, man. They're going to get their people in there who going to go underneath the same thing that they've been doing. So it's going to remain corrupt. So our thing is we got to get them out of there. So in order to get them out of there, we will have to be the actual politicians, or we have to get our people that we support. We sending our kids to all these schools and putting all our money behind them, getting there and do something for the community. We need you to be there to have the budget, And another reason why we need to vote, if you think of a politician they got $2 million they can spend on uplifting communities, right? But it's 10 communities in their district. One of them got 75% voting. The other one at the bottom got a 2% voting rate. When they break that $2 million down, the person that's getting the most money in their community is going to be where that 79% voting was at. And then it's going to twinkle down as the voting go. And then the people that's all the way in the bottom, that don't vote, they probably don't get nothing. They probably get like $50,000 to help them a sports team, a team with a summer thing, or they may just get some turkeys on Thanksgiving. That's it.
Well, look, you're right. Now the chat saying politics, brother, Big Dog OG, Big Dog Philly OG, Philly. I just realized Philly. What up, Philly? Philly in the building. That's what's up. Peace. Politics start from the top to the bottom, like the military, president, vice president, governor, mayor, and then
and then right to our block, the local politicians.
Right.
And that's what we need to be on top of, the local politicians that's right on our block. If you've been on the block for 20 years, why would you sit there and allow somebody that don't even live in your community to regulate over what's going on in your community? Why don't you become that politician so you can regulate what's going on in your community? You lived there for 20 years. You know what elderly home need a new this, a new that. You know what school need a basketball court. You know what everything in that community because you've been living there for 20 years. You know everything about the community. So you need to be the one in control of the community. Step up, man. Step up. All you can do is either win or lose. You got a 50-50 chance. A lot of people win that never was politicians in their life. And they go into politics and they tell them, I'm not a politician. I'm just somebody that want to help my community and I know what's right and what's wrong. And they become the leader or the politician. Just because the word politician, that don't mean that you got to be some political into politics and like that. Because the average person, Donald Trump came in and told everybody off the gate, I'm not a politician. He wasn't into none of that. I just know what I think could better the people, could better the country, could better my community. And if people from your community think that you've been doing this and you could do this, they're going to vote for you. They're going to vote for you. We got to stop taking out. We got to put our foot in it, man. Like the lotto, you got to be in it to win it. You know, we got to start playing a bigger part in our community, a bigger part in our city, a bigger part in our state. We got to play a bigger part.
Well, yeah, of course, that's a given, right? But now the solution I'm thinking is that, you know, politics needs to be marketed more now, because you know what they say in, you know, institutions, they say religion and politics, you can't talk about those two things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't talk about religion and you can't talk about politics. So with that said, how do we get the information? How do we give people the education? And I think it needs to be marketed like a business would be marketed.
Take this out your mind. When they speak in politics and they say that in jail and all that, yo, don't speak politics, don't speak religion. Yeah. That's because you speaking on a specific thing. You speaking, oh, yo, the Jews this, or the Muslims this, or the 5% this. Now you speaking religion against that. If you speaking, oh, Donald Trump, Biden, now you speaking politics on individuals. But if you speaking on, yo, we need more, we need even the people in jail. Yo, we need a gym in this jail. That's politics. They got to get the politician to okay that, man.
I see what you're saying.
They got to get the politician to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, man, this jail always got the milk. The milk ain't no good. We need this, that, and the third. That's politics. The politicians going to have to get together. They're going to have to vote that out. They're going to get the money. They're going to send the money there, and they're going to build a new part of the jail. So you are talking politics. You're just not talking individuals.
All right. Now, okay, I figured this out now.
Everything is politics.
Have to be a little closer to the screen. So look, Chess Move. Does it make sense to participate in a system that lacks integrity? That's a good question.
If you put integrity into that system, then it won't lack integrity no more. Don't forget it this way. The system is going to run with or without us. So the system either going to run and none of us going to be a part of it, and it's going to be running over us, or the system going to run and some of us going to be a part of it and going to be pulling it off us and helping us. But at the end of the day, the system going to keep going. And we're going to be right here saying, yo, we never getting nothing out of it. We never, and then our kids going to be saying it. Our grandkids going to be saying it. Our great-grandkids going to be saying it. Yeah, all the politicians is white. All the politicians is Latin. All the politicians that, no, it's time for us to step up and get in there, man. This ain't the 1600s when or the colored people can't be this and that and the third. The colored people can't be that. Now you can be just what they could be. Why we ain't doing it? Why we ain't doing it? We got to get a lot of things out our head that we've been misinformed on. We got to get out our head. Oh, I'm throwing my kid out as soon as they turn 21. We got to get that out our head. All these foolish myths that we got that nobody else go by. Oh, I'm an individual. I don't need to get married. I can do it by myself. I'm Miss Independent. But meanwhile, all these people is married because they know and understand marriage is more like a business. Right. You know what I'm saying? You come to the bank right now, but they'll promote for you and have our records. I'm an independent this and I'm this, that, third. We run out here. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. You're a fool. You know what I'm saying? Marriage is a business. If you come right now, you go to a bank right now, right? Say you go to a bank right now. You got the best idea in the world. Yo, I need $200,000. The bank going to be like, all right, cool. But if you get sick or something happened to you, who going to pay us our money back? Are you single or married? Well, I'm single. You ain't getting that money. You married, y'all need $250,000. All right. If you get sick, Allah forbid, or you die or whatever, who going to pay us out $250,000 back? Her. So they, so it's more things that's into it. We got to get out a lot of these myths, and we got to get back to what the good brother said, that it take a village. It take a village to build a kid. It take a village to build a community. We got to put our unity back in community, man. And we got to play a part of this system. We got to get in there. You know what I'm saying? We had Obama in there. He didn't really do too much for us, but we need more of us in there, man. What we just going to stop right now? Nah, we got to play a part of this system, man.
Well, Chess Move just said, all your points are valid, but instead of begging for a seat at their table, the focus should be on building our own.
Well, check this out, Chess. First of all, we won't be begging for a seat at their table because we taxpayers too. So when you separate our taxes, black taxes, and put all the money that the black taxpayers pay on the side, then we'll start our own system. But as long as our money go into that big giant pot right there, and that guy that's sitting there, the president, the vice president, the mayor is living off our taxpayer money, then we should be at that table right there. We should, wherever our money is being spent, we should be a part of. Don't never put your money into something and then feel that you don't deserve a seat there. If you paying the salaries here, you deserve a seat there, bro. You deserve a seat there. So we not begging for nothing. We going where we rightfully got a seat at. We just not claiming our seat. But our seats is there. And once we claim them, they got to respectfully back up and give us our seats. Because we taxpayers too.
Yes, sir. Big Dog Philly OG is not he's not moved. He said he's not moving. He said, to answer your question, should we vote? No.
All right, so if you don't vote, that means that you're not fighting for change. If you think that you're gonna stand outside and yell, hey yo, man, I think we need $25,000 to build a new center. And that's gonna get you a new center, you got it going wrong, bro. You're gonna have to get into politics and find out who got the funding that could build that center. And then you're gonna have to get into that and then step to him, and you're gonna have to write a proposal, and you're gonna have to do all that. So now if you feel that that's corruption, then we need to be writing these proposals to our own people because they have empathy. They know they done been from there. They done been through that. They know what it needs. They know how it feels for a young kid to have to go to another part of town and get killed over there because they feel, he shouldn't have been from over there. He from such and such projects. So they got more empathy when it comes to, we need this money to build this right here. So that means that we need to be the ones that's doing this work. We need to come outside. We got to vote, but we got to be the ones that we're voting on.
Stefan Lewis, I see your name now that I'm closer to the screen. Says our ancestors fought in the war. This is our table. This
Yeah,
is
our ancestors died for us to vote.
yeah.
They died. They died. So for us to stand right here and say that, oh, yo, we ain't got to slot the table or we shouldn't vote. You know what I mean? People died for us to vote, to have the right to vote, man. You know, we
Now,
got to
Philly,
take advantage of that. Or these people died in vain. We can't let these people die in vain. And
Philly,
we want to change for our future. We want to change for our kids. I mean, you don't got to go all the way to try to be a congressman or try to be the senator or the president, but you should pay attention to the local politics that's inside your community.
mhm.
You know,
Brother,
you live there.
The brother Big Dog Philly OG. No president has ever changed the way this corporation has been running. Do your history on the 54th president.
You know, but you're reaching too far when you start going to the president. Let's start dealing with local politicians. Let's start dealing with our local politics that affect our. See what a president do don't affect our everyday life. That's what people be saying. Oh, politics don't affect me because the president did a $2 billion budget on this. That did not affect you. But that $20 million budget that they put into your community, everything that happened affected you. You just didn't see it. Or you just didn't pay attention to it. Everything that happened there, it affected you in one way or another. If it was a new center there, you like, man, they got a new health center in the community. I don't got to go across town no more. I could bring my kid in here. That was politics, man. That was politics. To where you, oh, yo, I don't got to put too much food in my kid's lunchbox. I could save a couple of dollars because now they got they serve the kids fruits and stuff in school. That was politics, man. When you went in the supermarket, they had nice, clean fruits inside your supermarket and not them old beat up ones that be in the community that when nobody don't vote at, when you go in there, look like somebody kicked your fruits around and then put it in a box and sold it to you. That's because you don't vote. That's because you don't vote. And when you go in them communities, that's the communities it is. When you go in there and it's piss all in the elevators and it's all raggedy down, they're not putting no money into them communities because them communities don't vote. You got to figure that, like I said earlier, when they look at the percentage, it's even you. All right, let's put it up to you now. Let's get it right here. Every individual in here got some type of skill, right? So say that right now you're doing the podcasting. And now you're looking at they want to give you a good job in BT or something. But we need people to vote on you. Now you look, after they vote on you, you get it. You get the joint, right? Now you on and popping now. You doing your thing. You getting a nice paycheck. You living good in life. And you look at that statistics and you see the people who voted on you and who the people didn't vote on you. I guarantee you, when you out and looking out for people and doing what you're doing, and people asking you for stuff, that list down there with them brothers who didn't vote on you ain't getting nothing from you, bro.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. That's a fact.
They ain't getting nothing.
You ain't vote for me. You're not getting nothing, bro.
You're gonna be like these. You're gonna be like that. Them brothers ain't playing no part into me getting into the position and where I'm at right now. So I feel like I don't deserve them. I don't owe them nothing.
Right.
But the people that was there, you just feel like you just owe them some, even though you may not owe them. So you feel like, yo, man, these people's behind me. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even be in this seat right here. They came out for me. Yeah. I got to do something for them. Yes. Just you as a human being. So we got to take that, how we would feel. That's the same way a politician feels.
Brother Big Dog Philly going in. He said, I'm for creating my own corporation, not being loyal to this one. Brother, he's not saying that. He's basically saying that regardless to whom or what, if you're living in America, you're a part of this system, if you will. Period. So why not? You don't have to necessarily have faith in the system, but we're talking about locally. We're talking about in your neighborhood. You want to see, garbage is all over the place. You can change that by being a part of the politics in your local area. And that's where he's going. He's talking more local.
Yeah, I'm talking more local because I'm a true believer, just like them, that the big $2 billion budget for this and the $17 million budget, that ain't trickling down to us. That ain't doing nothing for my community and the rats that's running around in my backyard in there. That ain't doing nothing. But if I keep on going down to this local assemblyman office and bringing that attention to him, I'm gonna get that problem solved, man. So we got to know how to use the system to benefit us, and we got to know how to let the politicians know that this community right here, you got to look out for us, bro. We need this, that, and third, because we represent 25% of your votes. People start listening to you when you start talking like that. We represent 40% of your votes. So you ain't doing to help us in our community. We're going to take this 40% votes and we're going to bring it down the block. And you see how things start changing.
The brother Big Dog Philly, my brother Big Dog Philly, OG, man. I like that you're chiming in today, man. I really appreciate that. You should always chime into our lives, because you come with the, you talk like the people. He's saying, like I said earlier, that was the answer for 1970. We're in 2024. In the 1970s, what was the statistics on voting? That would be a good research.
But you got to figure, back in them days, people was voting hard, man. I mean, you was coming outside with the picket signs, and we was dying. And now you got the opportunity to walk down there and just vote or be a part of the system, and you ain't gonna die.
Well, to his point, he's saying that we did that in 1970.
Yeah, we did. But then
where did it really get us, though?
It got us because, don't forget, the world was changing at that time. Martin Luther King just got killed. A lot of things had changed at that time. You know what I'm saying? We was not really fully accepted at that time. You still had people calling us niggas at that time.
I see what you're saying. So in 2024, we might have a better chance.
We got a whole bunch. We done had a black president.
Yeah.
We got a way better shot. Black people couldn't even get nowhere near. We had a black nothing. Now we had a black president. So times have changed, man. The system is going to run with or without us. And it's time for us to start being a part in the system. And like they say, like we just said, you can get certain places, like you said, you want to get fall, but you want to get the same dialogue that we said, we need to become a team, man. We need to become a team.
But how can we be a team where there's so many people that disagree?
We gotta look at life. Look at right now. Look at our youngins, man. Our youngins is dying at a rapid rate, man. These kids is dying all over the nation because they got this type of belief. They don't believe it's nothing. Oh, nothing ain't gonna change. It ain't nothing gonna change. I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna die. And that's what they doing. You got 13 years old shooting people, 12 years old dying. Majority is black. Why? White people ain't doing it. Ain't nobody else doing it but black people. Why? Why? Ask yourself that. Why? If you don't need to be, so you just gonna let this system that's allowing all our kids to just die, and we don't got it's genocide. Genocide in 2024, and we not playing a part in making a change in this. Our ancestors died for nothing. The same way our ancestors fought for us, we should be out fighting right now, so that before we die, we can have rules and regulations and things change for our grandkids and our great grandkids. Or at least we can fight and they can see that we fought and see what we doing, and they can continue our fight and continue to try to uplift the community and to continue to try to make changes. We cannot make no changes if we're not a part of the system, man. We can start off locally and become the politicians and become the people in our community and run our community and make a lot of changes. As long as we're not doing that, we're not getting nothing, bro. And we're not getting nowhere. Our kids is dying at a rapid rate.
Now that's it. I want to end on that point, brother. Chess Move and Big Dog Philly and brother, I think it's Stefan. I really appreciate brother Arnil Bay, Canaan Land, brother Cujo was on earlier. I really appreciate y'all for coming on. This is this live thing. Just like I said, we're new to this stuff, and we're kind of like learning it as we go. As I said earlier, we do have super chat available. So if you want to donate to the page, you can. As I said earlier, we're planning on having a podcast live in an actual place. Like we're gonna do StreamYards. We're gonna keep the StreamYard going, but also we're going to have it in an actual place, just like all other official podcasts. So we're trying to build up the finance for that. So I just want to let y'all know that. But keep coming on the lives. We're going to do lives whenever K Born is on, is going to pretty much be live unless he wants to be, he wants to
I
be
love it live,
edited.
man. I like the feedback. When we build with each other, that's the only way we're gonna educate each other and get what we need to get. Because the same way I'm dropping some signs, they dropping signs too. So I'm learning from them brothers too.
Exactly. And brother K Born said this. He said, "My word is my bond. So whatever it is, what it is, whatever he says out his mouth, his word is his bond." So we could definitely go live with K Born. That's for sure on Mondays, and I will post it in the community to let y'all know, that we're going on. That we're going on. So I'll let y'all brothers know. Thanks for chiming in. Yo, love to you too, brother Chess Move.
Peace.
Peace, and I will see y'all. Yo, the Cujo episode will be posted either Tuesday, Wednesday, and we'll stay in tune with us. Peace.
Peace and blessings, everybody.